Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better. Who do it better?
Do you believe? Nah. I seen that bull jive you wrote the other day. Do you believe? I should do the whole show in the shades, man. Top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you been. It's the Pope, your host, to do the most. Welcome to Just Being Frank Show. Boy, it's a lot of holes to poke in Deion Sanders' whole get down, right? First, Deion Sanders, we all known him and revered him as the athlete that he was, one of the greatest of all times to do what he did in the NFL and the MLB, right? The only professional athlete that we knew besides Bo Jackson, but his career didn't last as long, to do two sports, right? Professionally. And so people was, in awe of Deion Sanders, right, and his abilities athletically. And he was a very confident player. You can say borderline cocky, but everybody who knows athletes like that, especially on that type of level, you have to have some level of that in you. So it was not a big deal as an athlete. Had a great personality and all of that good stuff. So, it felt like he was a hell of a fire competitor, and he did things at the highest level and better than most. And so, yeah, that comes with it, right? So we understood it at the time, in real time. Now, if he's 50 plus years of age, maybe even close to 60, I should Google, see what that is. Now we started, it's like, okay, you should have a different way of thinking and going about things. It's you in a different position, a different light. And I want to shout out to Matt McKenzie, because last few years, ever since Deion got to Colorado, this guy here on the screen with Jason Whitlock, if you don't know, he used to go to Colorado. He played for him. He went to the NFL, had some time in the NFL, and now he still lives in Colorado, and he trains kids. He runs a football program, training camp, something like that. And he trains and develops talent all around people from Colorado. And he's the ex-Buff player. So when when Colorado got Deion, he's always been around the campus still. He's very associated with the Colorado football team. And so he was on board. Of course, everybody was on board, especially if you're a Colorado Buff, on board with Deion Sanders being your coach. Because, again, you thinking recruiting-wise, if nothing else, Deion Sanders is going to be able to get the best talent because of who he is. He has that status. Plus, when you have sons that's the same age as the players you're recruiting, like he had Shedeur Sanders, and so he's not out of touch with the new younger generation. He's raising one. So that also made him look smooth too, right? And he flipped Travis Hunter and Kamani McLean, and he got Jason Seaton. And so you started to be like, okay, yeah, he's going to be able to get whoever, but it seems like it just didn't work out with Kamani McLean. Of course, it worked out with Travis Hunter. And it looked like it's working out with Seaton, but it didn't work out with Dylan Edwards, right? Dylan Edwards did the moving, went to Kansas State. You had a couple of people move around. Hood moved around, and somebody else on the defensive side moved around, who was good pieces that he brought in. So it was like, yeah, he was getting them, but he was not retaining them. Now you got Julian Lewis. I think that's on the fence of him about to lose him as well. So in this clip right here that I'm about to play in this video, this is amazing because Matt McKenzie, he wore his feelings on his sleeves about Deion and Colorado. It's really anything Colorado if you criticizing Colorado. But since Deion half-ass embraced him, and I think he was a little starstruck himself, meeting Deion, that he excused a lot of the bullshit and he was just optimistic. He was hopeful, right? And thought it was cool. Deion's bringing a newfound type of he bringing a spotlight really on his automata. So yeah, he was ecstatic with it, and he hated the fact that Jason used to criticize, or not used to, still does to this day, but he used to get on Deion, right, and call him out just as well as I've been doing, and a few others. And Matt, he didn't like that. And he went at Jason Whitlock. I believe Jason Whitlock had him on his show once before. And he went on there and called Jason all kind of names and was clowning him and whatnot. And then Jason extended a hand out now after Deion. It seems like this season, Matt has seen the writing on the wall and now has come to the realization that everything Jason, myself, even though he don't know me, but has been saying same things about Deion Sanders and his coaching style and the way he going about things with the rappers and all of this type of shit. All the entertainers on the sideline, celebrity shit and all that BS, right? And it's funny because Jason like, yeah, look at me now, like I try and told y'all. And Matt, he called Matt back to the carpet, and Matt came. He came to the carpet. This is here now, Matt, at the carpet. He got to pay homage to Jason Whitlock and also face the music. He done stuck his foot in his mouth, but I am going to give him credit and respect for coming up here and righting his wrongs. That's tough. That's manly shit. I gotta say, I must admit. I didn't like Matt's because Matt, he's still kind of like this year. He's been more, definitely outgoing with. He's been outspoken on his. What I want to say that he's been outspoken on his concerns with Deion Sanders and the way the program is looking, right? But he still kind of like would throw it on somewhere else a little bit. Oh, the kid's not playing hard. Oh, they're turds. And he would still get on the players. And I'm like, nah, man. Them players probably would be playing a whole lot better had they been under a real good coach. They just like even Matt has spoke about another player who was with CU and Deion Sanders, and now he's somewhere else. And he balling in a different system because the system is tailor-made for that player. And they put the confidence and the belief in him to shine like he need to. And he's shining. So is Kamani McLean over at Florida, who Deion couldn't retain. He's shining. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to let this play because this is very enlightening about the high school recruits that came on a visit to CU for this homecoming game against Arizona. Came on a visit with their parents. They got parents with them and all. Coming to check out Deion Sanders. Again, the guy who doesn't go to their house and recruit them to their hometown and recruit them to their high school and recruit them. No, Deion tells these parents and these players, you got to come to me, right? Which is crazy as all outdoors. But some people are in awe with Deion Sanders still to this day, especially the parents of these players, because they watched him play, actually. Some of them, a lot of them, actually was fans of Deion Sanders, the player. So to get to go on a trip, a visiting trip, and go interact with one of the greatest to ever do it, that's something people still it's like, oh yeah, they that heightens them. I get to meet Deion Sanders. Oh man, probably one of my favorite players, right? He was one of mine. I'm sure he was one of yours. So he got recruits at the game. And when Matt McKenzie said everybody left, oh man, I think Deion, I think you losing it, fam. Fam. I think you losing the brand and the legacy of you, because the person and the character that you have now put on display for all of us to see, it's not a good sight. It's not a good look. It's like, and you too old to be still out here misleading, but you misleading these kids from they getting to their heights in the NFL and all of that type of stuff. All because you want to just coach your sons, which is all cool, but you can never try to be a leader of men, especially young men, but you only really concerned about 2 to 3 men on a 75-man roster. All right, no further ado. Let's play this clip, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. It's the Paul. Let's do it.
And the fan base is insane. And I watch it every time I go to the games. And I usually sit with the recruits because my kid's a recruit. And I just observe. And, by halftime this week, all the recruits were gone. The stadium was empty. And people were laughing. And it's like, all my ex-teammates are there. And everybody's having a good time. And it's turned into like, well, look where we are again. This is just what it is. I can't believe this is happening again, and no one's going to change anything. And now there's such a disconnect because Coach Prime and his, I hate to say this, but like that faction thinks that they're being attacked, and you can't criticize them. And the media in Denver and in Boulder, with the exception of maybe Brian Howell, who's their
hold on. Before I let him get too far, the fact that I gotta go back to he was there sitting with the recruits. So this is not a hearsay, she say, he say, she say situation. He was sitting with the recruits that was there on the visit. Now let me learn y'all something real quick. Because a visit, you don't just come out. It ain't like, again, first of all, Deion doesn't recruit nobody from Colorado. So all the recruits that's there, they're not from Colorado. So how do you think they got there? You think they drove? Think the parents drove them? Kids drove their own self? You think they took the train? You think they took the Greyhound bus? Or they flew there? They flew, right? When do you think they flew in? That Saturday? You think they flew in that day? Huh? Or did they fly in possibly Thursday? See, game time is Saturday. When you come on a visit, you don't just come to the game. You come see the school. You meet the coaches. You come on when you get an official visit to a D1 like that, yes, you're going to probably get there Thursday. Friday, you're going to see campus, all of that good stuff, meet staff, all that good stuff. You might even get to put on a uniform and they take pictures of you and all that good stuff. Like it's the whole thing. It's a roll out the red carpet. And then next day is game. You get to go in the locker room, all that. You get to see the practice, the walkthrough. Like Friday, you get to and how they wake up in the morning. You're going to hear what the coach got to say to them. All of that good stuff goes into play when you go on official visits. So think about that. You got all these recruits. They've been there since Thursday, see the campus, yada, yada. Took some pictures probably in the uniform. You feed them. You got to house them, feed them, right? You got to pay for they room and board, they flight there, all that. The university takes care of whoever comes to visit, and your parents is always definitely included, whether you got one or two. They gonna take care of you and two of your guardians, right? Okay, so I just wanted to frame y'all. Just think about that. So they went through all of that. They get to the game, and by halftime, they have made their decision. This ain't the place for me. By halftime, he said they all left. They left. They left. They usually what happens, especially if they had a good time, they like what they see. You're going to stick around at the end of the game. You're still going to talk to the coach. You definitely always going to talk to the afterwards. Okay, so because that's almost closing time for a coach. It's like, because if I bring you on a visit, would it be the best scenario is if you leave here, verbal commitment, or I don't think they can sign it to a certain time, but I get that verbal commitment from you that you had such a grand time, right? That I get that verbal from you when you leave here. So usually they stick around all the way. They stick around, but they go into the locker room, see what the coach got to say to the team with a win or loss. They see what the coach got to say to the team. Then the coach got to go do his thing with the press conference, and they will stick around. And after the coach done with the post-game conference, then he'll be sitting in his office or some of that stature. Or if it's a late game, they might meet up the next day on Sunday. But the last thing they do is walk away at halftime and say, "Oh, I'm smooth," unless they just super bad taste in the mouth. All right, I just had to let that be known. Let's go.
Writer, and they throw layups at press conferences, and it's like, how do I make sure I keep my access? If you remember, and there's a lot of people that don't like Sean Keeler in Denver, okay? And I've known Sean for a long time, and I had a real problem with them banning him from press conferences. I think that's anti-American. It's his job to ask hard questions. When that happened, it scared the absolute dog out of everybody else around here that goes to the press conferences, and it's all layups. And it's coming around the mountain when they come, and it's on me, and I'm coming, and it's like Coach Prime is a genius and can manipulate the media like very few, and he's convinced every media member in Boulder and Denver that they're buddies instead of doing their job. So he's never forced to answer any hard questions from them. He dictates the tone of the press conference. And if you get on their bad side, they blackball you. Now, people keep telling me I'm going to get blackballed. That ain't happening. I'm in the recruiting and development business. I'm in the truth business. I've got friends on the staff. In fact, I think that some of the guys up there respect the fact that I actually have the stones to say what I mean, good, bad, or indifferent. So I'd like to think that they can fix this, but until the fraction stops, until the prime sexuals and the CU fans can all come together and figure out how to move forward, which again, if you notice, I keep talking about coming together, not breaking apart. That's all I'm trying to do, is to get everybody to realize you're playing for the name on the front of your jersey. The name on the back of your jersey, honor it. That's great. But this is who we are while we're here. This is who we are. The name on the back of your jersey that's who you are outside of this room and your parents and everybody else. But damn it, it says Colorado across the front. And that's the only consistent in the entire room with everybody here. Every coach, every player, everyone's different. They all come from different backgrounds. But the only thing that brings us together is that. So little things like the fight song and the pride and tradition of the Colorado Buffaloes will never be entrusted to the timid of the weak. I doubt people up there can even reiterate that. They don't understand why it's so important. And if you don't get it, how are you ever going to be in position to receive it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why they want it that way. I don't understand why they think that like spite and like smugness are the way to attract the right people. In his press conference the other day when he said, if you're a dog, you're going to come here. If you're a cat, you're going to run away from the scoreboard. Bro, that's not Carl Durrell's team out there at 111 getting massacred. That's your.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. We're about to dive into that. I like this Matt better, the way he's speaking on Jason. Because on his show, and I guess I got to take that. I got to look in the mirror myself because I can articulate myself in a better fashion when I'm doing these, right? But sometimes I let my mouth get the best of me. So does Matt on his own show. But it seemed like on Jason, because even when I was on Jason's, like I said I can shoot the shit with the best of them. And it seemed like Matt can too, because I see how he switched up his whole speech, but not really. Still saying the same things, but he doing it in a whole different fashion. I like this Matt better.
Football team. And the recruits in the stands are leaving. They left in front of me. Everybody, it cleared out. So it's not that people are.
He said the recruits, he couldn't believe it. You see it. Go back. Listen to how he said it. He is appalled. He's shocked.
Never being trusted to the 10-minute of the week. I doubt people up there can even reiterate that. They don't understand why it's so important. And if you don't get it, how are you ever going to be in position to receive it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why they want it that way. I don't understand why they think that like spite and like smugness are the way to attract the right people.
See, that white boy coming out like that. Spite and smugness. Damn, that's the again, he's the insider. And the reason why this is big because he was 100% 10 toes down, snapping on people, even like Jason Whitlock, if you said anything wrong about Deion Sanders in Colorado. So this is not how he was talking at first. This is very new for him. This season, he has had no other choice but to keep it 100 because he knows football. Again, he's a football developing recruiter talent type of person. So he know all the way. He played the game at a high level. He was on a winning team in Colorado. So he really in deep into this. And he was all for Deion. Everything Deion was doing, and Deion was very accepting to him. Deion been on his show before. His son, Bucky, Deion Sanders Jr., been on his show before. So he was very close, even with Deion and that staff, not only the Colorado University itself, right, which he always going to have that ties to it because, again, he one that got drafted out of there. And he's one who still are trying to help get them kids, even though he's not a coach there, where you think the kids he developing in Colorado, where you think his first pitch to them to go and that connection to have that and even be able to go on Colorado's campus and say, hey, coach, whatever coach it is, yo, I got a kid in my camp, crazy. Kid in my camp, crazy. Better get him. He's not even a star yet, but I'm like rated, like I know he's a donkey dog. Like you gonna check him out. Just to have that connection. So to deal with him, he get a lot of the good players from Colorado that go to his camps or whatever it is that he does, his train that he does training for. Man, to say they all left and you spiteful and smugness, meaning, let me put that in hood term. You think you the shit and your shit don't stink.
In his press conference the other day when he said, if you're a dog, you're going to come here. If you're a cat, you're going to run away from the scoreboard. Bro, that's not Carl Durrell's team out there at 111 getting massacred. That's your football team. And the recruits in the stands are leaving. They left in front of me. Everybody, it cleared out. So it's not that people are going to run from.
That shit right there is Let's do it again. Do it again.
To receive it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why they want it that way. I don't understand why they think that like spite and like smugness are the way to attract the right people.
People.
In his press conference the other day when he's
the right people, that's a good one too. I had to pause right there because I heard they just flipped a 4-star I think receiver or something like that from Alabama to Colorado just right now. I heard that's breaking news. And again, they got somebody else from Alabama out of the transfer portal and was supposed to be like that. And we see in Deion's system, he ain't like that. So let's see if this 4-star recruit, the right people, is he the right type people? Or, is he chasing the bag and they presented him a bigger bag than Alabama did? Because Alabama, they got a lot of 5-star recruits already at his position, probably, and on the team. That you get a little bag over here, but over there, they willing to give you big bag. And he probably just chasing the bag, don't give a shit about no tradition and so on and so forth. What Matt McKenzie is saying. Are we getting the right people? Let's go.
Said if you're a dog, you're going to come here. If you're a cat, you're going to run away from the scoreboard. Bro, that's not Carl Durrell's team out there at 111 getting massacred.
No,
that's your football team.
That's you.
And the recruits in the stands are leaving. They left in front of me. Everybody, it cleared out. So it's not that people are going to run from it. They don't want to be part of that. What recruit, if you're a big time recruit and that's how they're trying to recruit and it's working to a point, if you're getting recruited by all these different schools, SC and Nebraska and Ohio State and Michigan and blah, 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 and then you want to see if they're on the level and you go there and it's 17-0 in 3 minutes and they just got beat 53-7 and the players are walking off the field at halftime. This is the new thing in Boulder. Hey, how you doing, Jason? I'm good, dog. Everybody's covering their mouth. Everyone's snickering and laughing. Like, I had to go for a walk at halftime so I didn't start yelling at everybody on the field, like, could you take this seriously? Because it's not important to them at the fundamental level.
Hear what this man is saying? Do y'all hear this, man? Like, are y'all really active listening? Because if you actively listening to what he's saying, my goodness, it's worse than I thought, and I think the worst of it. It don't get no worse, than what I've already thought, but it is. It's worse than I thought.
Reiterate that they don't understand why it's so important. And if you don't get it, how are you ever going to be in position to receive it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why they want it that way. I don't understand why they think that like spite and like smugness are the way to attract the right people.
Being a nigga is really what being a nigga, being like a hood mentality type mindset, hippish, hoppish. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Well, that's why he tried to come up with the smugness, the spiteful and smug. Yeah, that's being a nigga. I think it's cool.
In his press conference the other day when he said, if you're a dog, you're going to come here. If you're a cat, you're going to run away from the scoreboard. Bro, that's not Carl Durrell's team out there at 111 getting massacred. That's your
what he just said, if you didn't catch that, the Carl Durrell's team is who Deion took over for. It's the coach that got fired. It's the coach that went 1-11. It's the coach that Deion came in and said, yeah, he wasn't good. Y'all not good. Everybody gone. I'm bringing in Louis. I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming. Do you believe? I'm coming. That's the biggest thing with Deion is his mouth. how much he talked before he did anything. It's like he talked that big talk and never could walk the walk. And so now you rub people the wrong way when you do that too. It's like, yeah, you can't rest on your laurels of what you did in the NFL, homie. You can't you can't be boastful because you was a great player and act like, okay, so because what other coach had played the game at the level that you play? That's how he looking at it. Like, what other coach out here is a Hall of Famer? So yeah, I got to be the best coach, right? Because I'm the best player out of any of these coaches that played the game. I actually played the game, and none of them can touch me. They all look up to me. So of course I could coach. That's his approach, and that's the wrong approach. That's the nigga mentality. That's not even just that. That's like super narcissistic behavior. That's super ego. You need ego in check behavior. It's good to think highly of yourself, and you're supposed to think you're one of the best. But the way you go about it and present it is another thing. And I think it's being exposed that Deion just do too much.
Team. And the recruits in the stands are leaving. They left in front of me. Everybody he cleared out.
Actively, all the recruits that got brought there on a visit that the Colorado University paid to come there, they left at halftime. And Deion had the nerve to call them cats because they ran from the scoreboard.
Going to run from it
actively.
They don't want to be part of that.
They don't want to be part of this bogus baloney because not only do they see the game, they watching everybody on the sideline, how they acting. They watching the coaches. They watching all of it. They up front, close, personal, got very good view. They not in nosebleed seats. No, they right there. They are right there. Uh-oh. Let's go back. Big screen. So, yeah, man, this is crazy work. Like, Deion, it's worse than I thought.
What recruit is, if you're a big time recruit and that's how they're trying to recruit it by all these different schools, and then you want to see if they're on the level, and you go there and it's 17-0 in 3 minutes, and they just got to be 53-7, and the players are walking off the field at halftime. This is the new thing in Boulder.
Covering their mouth.
Hey, how you doing, Jason? I'm good, dog. Everybody's covering their mouth. Everyone's snickering and laughing. Like, I had to go for a walk at halftime so I didn't start yelling at everybody on the field like, could you take this seriously? Because
so that's what these recruits are saying. They snickering, laughing, they cover their mouth because you got Bucky trying to record everybody's conversation. You got Bucky and everybody's face on the sideline trying to give content so he can get $1, right? Probably not respecting nobody's private conversation. This is just for the team only. He got footage or whatever, and can you trust what, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
It's not important to them at the fundamental level. Everybody there, with the exception of maybe 5 guys, has been blatantly lied to think that they're going to get to the NFL.
Matt, any concern, let's think as men do, we think about worst case scenarios and how to avoid it, but we do think about like, okay, if this really goes bad, what are the ramifications? And my concern, if I was a Colorado fan, would be man, we went all in on Deion. Will this administration, if Deion walks away or is fired, will this administration go all in on the next coach, and the finances and everything just keeps escalating in college football, and everybody went all in on Deion Sanders? Will they do the exact same thing for the next coach, or will there be some hesitancy of like, man, we just got burned, we owe Deion all this money? Any concern that there could be irrevocable or
We're gonna pause this for a second. Seems like the video. Shout out to everybody that's in the building too, man. Rocking with your boy on different topics here, especially on this Deion scammers, because I'm real passionate about it. And the reason why I'm real passionate about this is because it's the wrong way of doing things, and it's not sustainable for success, and it's really it's piling on to how Black culture is getting led wrong, and that's what Deion was doing, and that's what he was representing. And on top of while acting as if he was a child of like he on his Christianity movement as well. But it was all contradicting everything. His whole movement is contradicting Christianity. And so even though he don't cuss, that no. You're doing everything else though. It's like everything else, my nigga. So like, and it's on display. So we fully aware. The Big Dent says, I grew up a Braves fan and Falcons fan. So I was a huge fan of Deion, the player, as a kid. As an adult, I realized Deion is only about Deion. Straight up. As you hear, this is what it is. It's always me. As he came into the press conference, oh, this on me. Everything is on me. Don't worry about the players. It ain't on the. Don't get on my coaches. It's on me. This is all on me. Yeah, we know that, dumb. That's without going. That's without saying. You the head coach. You don't gotta tell us that. Don't try to come out here and throw a little pity party for your ass. For those recruits, and I'm gonna keep repeating this. And shout out to them. Shout out. Let's get hold on. Fuck that. I got new sounds. Shout out to them. Shout out to them for seeing this ain't no structure. This is a concert. This is a rave. I don't want to come play for a rave. This ain't the wave. This is a rave. It's fugazi. I am not amazed. Them niggas got dumped at the half. Do you know if I'm the AD of Colorado or the president of Colorado, if I'm the athletic director, the president, or whatever, and we just spent all this money bringing these people out here and rolling out the red carpet for them for the weekend, and you coached the game so badly, they left at the halftime. Nigga, I'm telling you, you would have left at halftime. And the only reason why he didn't, and he hasn't, is because he's Deion Sanders. And he knows that. He knows his name and what he's done in the sport. That's because it draws money. And a lot of people, that's really all they really care about. And so that's what I'm saying with Colorado too. Understandable, they don't got no money, and this is their way of trying to get into there, having Deion Sanders, whether good or bad. If it's good, it's good. But it's starting to be so bad, and the cat is out that it's so bad. Where now the teenagers, it's starting to be like, yeah, mama, yeah, that might have been your goat, but he ain't my goat. So, nope, I ain't going Colorado, especially not no sensical players. So when Matt McKenzie said, are you going to get the right kind of players? Not just niggas, bro. And I'm like the ones that want to wear chains on their neck and shit like that as they playing a football game. When they all about the bag, when they just concerned about that, it's nothing else. Because when you get those type of characterized people, when you get that type of you create an environment in your locker room that's not sustainable and it's not good because you can't keep track like that of every man on this roster, and it don't mesh well with the other kids that's not from that type of culture. You got to know how to put character in your fucking locker room, and it's cool. You got, if you know, I'm not saying you get hood niggas for sure, but the right ones. If they just come there, oh, we're the bag, and they chasing this and that, and then you can see it's more about the other shit and not about football and school. That's why I seem to always love Notre Dame and Duke. You had to be intelligent to go to Notre Dame, so it wasn't just the playing. As a kid, I just gravitated to greatness. I appreciated and respected like tradition. As a kid, I didn't know where Notre Dame was in the world. All I knew was their tradition, how they seemed so prepared to compete. As I didn't even know how to fucking read yet. But when I looked at them on NBC on Saturdays, as a little kid, when I was 6, 7, 8, and I see blue and gold out there, and the way Lou Holtz would talk to them, they'll put his speeches on. And they'll go down there and they hit the fucking thing. Everybody hit we're a champion. I said, I like that. That's inspirational. Then the movie Rudy came out. Oh, man, then Rudy came out. Oh, man, yeah. You ain't seen the movie Rudy. You lose it. I was sold. I knew I was going Notre Dame. Are you kidding me? So, when Deion got kids leaving at the halftime, and parents like, all right, we out then. We tried, Deion. We tried to tell them you was the. They like, nah, come on, let's go. The parents probably try to tell. Let's just stay and talk to the man. No, mama, let's go. You just trying to get hooked up with Deion, ain't you? Man? Come on, bring your little hot ass. You trying to get chose, right? Huh? You try to choose up on Deion, mama. Bring your hot ass on. Let's go. We not staying. Damn. Matt McKenzie was shocked. He said they left right in front of me. God damn. My nigga said they left right in front of me. Right? Damn. That's cold blooded. Ouchie. Bloopy. That's funny as shit, bro. Shout out to these babies out here in this world today. Shout out to these young men. They said, thank you, sir, but no thank you, sir. God. Your brand and legacy coming to a halt, sir. Because believe you me, these parents, they seeing the same thing. They thought differently. That's why everybody's willing to. They get Travis Hunter. They parents is all in on, Deion. Oh yeah, fuck Florida State. Oh, you go to Deion. That's Deion Sanders, right? Idolizing the celebrity. Not the man, the character, the person. They don't know this, man. They just know that's Deion Sanders, Hall of Fame. Right? You go over there. You go to Jackson, Mississippi. Luckily, it worked out for Trav. Oh, my mama. Like, you done sent your son to Jackson, Mississippi, girl. Do you know what the fuck is going on? Who is his parents? You done sent your son with this man, but now you know they knew Deion promised that he was gonna live with me. Look, Deion told him. Think about that. You got Deion Sanders in your living room because at this time he recruiting, he going out. He went to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter didn't have to go to him. He went to Travis Hunter's house. And so you got Deion Sanders in your living room. He up there, listen. I played corner. I played wide receiver. He played corner. He played wide receiver. He was the best. I'm the best. So he need to be with me. And trust me, listen, he ain't going to live on campus. He going to live with me. I'm going to take full. He going to live with me and Shador. Me, Shador, Shiloh. Oh, yeah, Shiloh too. Shiloh live with us too. Me, Shador. He going to live with us, right? And he gonna be cool. I got security for him, everything. And he gonna be cool. You ain't gotta wear my nothing. I said, all right, Deion. And he did. Trav lived until Trav got big bags. And when he went until he got his own big old spot. Yeah, now he stayed with Deion. He was able to come just get cars out of Deion's garage without even telling him. Yeah, Travis Hunter was able to just pull whippies out. That's how it was. So that's he sold them. They said, all right, you can go ahead because you Deion Sanders. We trust. See, you know he did to God. And because you know God made all this happen. How you think God did? This is all God's connection, plan. He connected us right at the right proper time. Do you see this? Look at the light. He gonna change the game. With HBCUs, everybody gonna want to go. If Travis can go to HBCU, everybody gonna go to HBCU. He gonna set precedent. Oh, he went in there as salesman. They like, damn, that would be cold. Damn, my son he be the one. He be the one that go to the league from Jackson State. He be the number 1 pick, number 2 pick out of Jackson State, HBCU, and everybody follow. I like where you going, Deion. Yeah, he gonna be able to get the bag at any time because they got sponsors. My sponsors is gonna give him a bag. Under Armour, Pepsi, he gonna get the bag. So ESPN, I got it all, baby. I'm prime. He prime junior. I know I got Shador and Deion saying they 3 stars. 3 stars. They 3 stars. They 3 stars for real. He the real Deion Sanders Jr. Look, did you know? I might have met you back in the day, girl. It might be my son. Me too. You do look a little familiar. You from Florida? You do look a little familiar. Did I meet you? Did you meet me? I meet you, you meet me, because it might be my son. You know what I mean? It's the real Deion Sanders Jr. Them 3 stars. I don't know how to make my son. I don't know how to niggas my sons. I'm Deion. Them niggas ain't nothing like me. Oh. It's funny, but that's the truth. That's him. That's what he was doing in that living room. Oh, they like, yeah, Deion. He like, listen, what you need, and what else? How much your mortgage? He went, how much you got mortgage? You renting? You renting or you buying? Let me know. How much your mortgage? How much your rent? I'm paying it for the next 4 years. He gonna be with. I got y'all. You got me. I got y'all. I got him. I got you. We family. You know, I've been. You know, you probably was with me. It's probably my son. Yeah, man. He stole them a drink. Luckily, Travis Hunter is so talented. It didn't matter where the fuck he went. He was gonna go. He was gone. It wasn't that you can't hide that. You can't hide that talent. No. So I mean, I know he's not doing it as well in the NFL. And to me, I don't think he was ready yet. I didn't think. I knew talent-wise he got the skill and it looked good in the college. But I'm like, he needed fourth year. I thought because he didn't really play a lot of D1 football. He really didn't. He played Jackson State and then he was hurt. I think his freshman year, he was hurt for most of the year. And so he didn't really play. His second year out there, he played more, but he got even hurt in that year. And then he got hurt Colorado year. He was out for a few games. If not, I think just a game or two. No more. I don't think no more than two he was out. But he was out for a little bit, first year in Colorado. Then his third year, he played full season almost. So it's like he really didn't play enough high-level football before he made the jump, that big leap over to nothing but high-level football. And he went from being coached by a guy who we obviously see does not have them prepared in the right way for them to compete at the highest level. And so that's why they got washed 4-8 first year in Colorado. And they thought that was tough shit because they went 3-0 to start. But it's like, look who you went 3-0 against. And see, people, they excused it. They like, oh, well, it's TCU. He got TCU win under his belt. Yeah, he got, who else was it? Colorado State. And who else? Maybe Nebraska. What's the three that they won? TCU. I forget. I have to look it up. But it was three softball teams. All three teams that they beat was all boo-boo teams. They all had 4 to 5 wins at the most. So none of them was good teams, right? From in Nebraska to Colorado State to TCU. They was 5-7. They was trash. They didn't even make the bowl, right? So come to find out, like, oh, the 3 teams you beat, nigga, was garbage. Every team that was familiar, who was good teams, you got watched, especially by any of the real teams, the Oregon Ducks and the Washington Huskies and USC. Even though they try to make a fake comeback, but it was over at the first half. It was 30-something to like nothing or 3. And in the second half, USC just was bullshitting around and throwing interceptions and kind of low key let them back in the game. But it was a wash. It was all a wash. And yeah, man, it's starting to see the cat's out. Too much filming. You're doing too much. You should know that's not good. Like, it's good for them to have their own brand, but that's all you preaching. When you're supposed to be preaching God to these kids. You got Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame now. They talking about God. You got the players coming to the podium and talking about how they be having Bible study with each other and so on and so forth with the group, with the squad. You got Boise State last year, not this year, Boise State, but Boise State last year. Go listen to what them kids was saying when they was getting ready for the playoff games and all of that type of stuff. What they've been doing all season, whole team, and getting into God, the Bible, church, like who else? Ohio State, same thing. Go listen to Ohio State, who won the national title. All them kids was talking about, all the leaders of the team was talking about God and Christianity. So none of your kids, you the only one who's talking about God this or God, but you bring Yellow Baby you bring in the baby into the locker room. You bring in Brianna Renner into the locker room to talk to the kids. You bringing in all of the most degenerate people that you could find. You bring in tattoo face, pill, heavy taking ass Lil Weezy into the locker room. You bring in, like, you don't even bring in like a Lauryn Hill or Nas or like somebody who actually spiritually inclined, and you can tell from the music that they make that they not just rapping about a gun. You just bring in a nigga that's talking about nothing but degenerate shit. You bring in a female that's known for just an IG model who known for getting with athletes and having babies by him to talk to the kids. Instead of learning the fight song in Colorado and having the team sing the fight song, you playing Shador's song. When a score happened, instead of playing the thing that the Colorado Buffs usually do, you playing Shador's song. You put your son, retired his jersey after only playing there for 2 years and having a record of 13-12 with no bowl victory, no conference championship. You already had the nerve to retire your son's jersey, not off of his hard work and what he actually put into the program, what he actually did. Like if he actually did something amazing. Just because he broke some records there, some quarterback stats that you inflated with making sure you threw the ball nonstop, making sure. I wonder, was it him or you who came up with the idea to take a 20-yard sack instead of throwing the ball away and messing up your throwing percentage, your passing percentage? I wonder, was that you or him? It got to be you. He listens to you. I'm sure if you said, Shador, you better throw the ball away. Again, you raised him, developed him, coached him, trained him. You're the sole guy. So who is it Shador's fault? Because he seems to adore you. And if you said and Ben taught him, throw the ball away when you don't have nothing instead of taking a sack. If that's something you're supposed to have been taught him since Pee-wee, sir. So that's something that shouldn't be new to hearing from you. So at this stage and age in his life, you ain't told him, boy, did have enough. Take another sack again and not throw the ball away and watch what happens. Like, because I'm sure it wouldn't even have to take that. If you told Shador how to play football, I don't even think you really even need to know quarterback all like that to understand. Instead of take a 20-yard sack, I should get to where I can sit out and throw the football out. Get out the pocket, get to the box where I can throw the football out, no penalty. Clean, no sack, no penalty, redo, down. I don't even think you need to know smart quarterbacking to understand that. That's just knowing football. That's common fucking sense. So, again, do I blame Shador? Or do I blame the guy he's been listening to his whole life on how to play football? So if you think about it in that fashion, you got to say, yeah, Deion, why ain't none of your kids good? They have all the resources more than most of all these kids. And you tell us they're legendary, but yet they all, when you look into it, they're all 3-star recruits. All three boys was all 3-star recruits. Not listen, there's no knock on 3-star recruits. I wasn't no 3-star. I wasn't a 2-star one. I do you bad. But so I understand. The thing is, when you're in the spotlight like that, when you because where that comes from, recruits, how you get ranked, all that type of stuff. You got to be going to certain camps and so on and so forth for them to notice you like that. You have to be going to these certain camps and things of that nature in certain schools for them to notice you and rank you like that. Nowadays, back in my day, nowadays it's definitely different, but it's still the same. You have to be going, whether you basketball, football, you got to be going to certain camps, certain 7-on-7, certain this, that, and the other. Basketball, you got to be going to EYBL tournaments. You got to be going to certain shit, right? So, man, for me, it's like, bro, Deion, you are bad at it all. You done raised these kids and they 3 stars because they didn't been on the spotlight since forever, since they was born. Since the NFL knew you had a boy, especially the first boy, the Deion Sanders Jr. Oh, you know the NFL was, you know, college coaches and scouts. Deion got a son playing. His name Deion Sanders Jr. See, and Deion Sanders Jr. came up in the era before social media. So trust me, if it was social media, when Deion's Bucky, the one who followed everybody around with the camera, if it was social media when he was in high school and shit like that, middle school, oh man, you would have known about Bucky. And you would have got to see that he was mediocre. He was mediocre, red rice and beans. Yeah. And then Shiloh, same thing. Shiloh is the lost child. Shiloh is like the unwanted child. You can just tell too by the whole interaction with it. It's way different than Bucky and Shador. The way he treats Shiloh is so neglectful. It's so cold. It is. To me, in my opinion, from my observation, it seems like he's the left out guy. See, like, for an example, LaMelo Ball, Lonzo Ball, Jello Ball, you can't tell who's LeVar Ball's favorite. He treat all them niggas basically the same. You can tell he love all of them, damn it, and he'll give it to you for as far as LaMelo Ball is more like him, so he kind of get on his nerve and all that. Jello is more like him, but more reserved and chill and all of that. And Lonzo is more like his mom's, but also responsible. So but you can tell from their interaction that it is what it is. He's straightforward. With them, you can tell. With Deion Sanders and his boy, you can tell Shador is clearly the favorite. Out of all of the kids, out of the daughters, Shador is it's clear to and everyone knows it, and everybody's smooth with it. Nobody got no shits about it. Shador is his favorite kid. Next coming might be the girls or Bucky or one of them, but probably not. Listen, I think this is my opinion, observation. I think he a little resentful of Bucky. I make sure, y'all call him Bucky. Because there ain't nothing junior about this nigga. You understand me? Because Deion Sanders is you got to think about the man. Since now we see who he is, the character. It's like, oh, you didn't live up to me, my nigga. You Deion Sanders Jr. And he really wore, I believe, this is just my observation, that he wore that on his like 3-star. All the training and all the work, nigga, I mean, we didn't put that. Supposed to be Junior. 3-star. Yeah, man. Say you got an injury. This ain't for you, fam. This ain't for you. That's probably why he never went back to football. I think his daddy was not pleasant because I don't think he had a career-ending injury. Could have been, but he still was a 3-star before the career-ending injury. So he really was never that good. It wasn't like he was a 5-star and got an injury that knocked you off the map. No, nigga, you was a 3-star. So after you rehab, they probably wouldn't have released you. After you rehab, you lost a foot or two, which you wasn't nothing like your dad. And they seen that and said, you can go now. Bye now. And listen, I'm not laughing. I'm just saying it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep them crying. Because the truth hurts. I'm just being frank. You can be in your feels all you want to. I'm gonna be frank. You be in your feels, I'm gonna be frank. Okay? So when you're talking about this, you gotta look at it. I'm looking at it from a bird's eye view. And I'm saying, okay, now that I've observed the type of person you are, and you was even worse back in the day. Just imagine, when you had Deion Sanders Jr., I don't know, maybe he might have still been playing, maybe. Sure, he still probably was playing. He wasn't retired when he had kids. I'm sure. I'm not sure, but I'm sure. All right, fuck it. Let's be all the way sure since we here. Let's see. What year? No. Okay, no, we can be specific with you. We can be specific. Did Deion Sanders already have Deion Sanders Jr. before he retired?
Yes, Deion Sanders had his son, Deion Sanders Jr., before he retired. Deion Jr. was born in 1993, and Deion Sanders played his last NFL season in 2000.
Oh, Bucky, all the shit. Yeah, see? So it's high hopes. You Deion Sanders Jr. It's big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. Again, at that time, Deion was a narcissist. He was already highly big ego, narcissistic ways, all of that. See, that's different from somebody who has a son who just name him a junior and just love their son and for whatever. Hey, you do what you do, man. You nice at it. You nice. You not. You feel me? Nah, a narcissist is gonna be like, nigga, you trash. You're a disappointment. Yeah, go live with your mama. Go live with your mama. This star nigga. Shador, he did everything in his power to get Shador to be a 5-star. He even created his own school for Shador. He said, you know what? I'm not going to play with these people. I'm going to control the whole narrative of Shador Sanders' career. I'm about to build a private school that ain't about to play nobody. And we going to win championship after championship. Because little do anybody know, except for the real people, the boys up top, the scouts, the ESPNUs, and the so on, and they know that you're not in AA, my nigga, or you're not in whatever's you're not playing. They know. See, but when you just record it and you put it up that we won 3 titles, state titles, and you're not saying what level of state title this is. Because you ain't winning the AA shit, none of that, you're not even playing close to that competition. And a lot of people, the outsiders looking in, they don't know that. So they just see Shador out there winning, and y'all winning, and oh damn, Deion must be coaching the shit out of them. They don't lose. They in Texas, and they don't lose. You know, Texas, one of the toughest places to play high school football. They serious. Yeah, Deion ain't playing nobody. And that's why they was rated 3 stars. They understood. You're not fooling us. We know you ain't playing nobody. And that's why nobody was willing to hire Deion, who was somebody. No Florida State team, no Penn States, no none of them. None of them, even though with that name, trust me, you would jump on it, because with comes with Deion is the charisma of being able to recruit. And if it's attached to a son, 2 sons, that's not, just imagine that. Just think about it in a different light. Like, think about if Shador was a 5-star top recruit and Shiloh, and Deion was actually winning state titles on AA 3-4 in a row, not losing, whooping ass in Texas, and running through Texas top teams in high school. And it was time to go to the next level for Shador, the 5-star quarterback, and Deion, who been coaching and running through Texas competition, and he coming applying for the Florida State job, or a Utah job, or hell, even a San Diego State job type shit. Hello, Hawaii. What? They're going to take him in a matter of seconds. It's so many different jobs. And I'm not saying that Texas, but even maybe a fucking Texas would have took him. Texas Longhorns, if they didn't have who they had. I'm just saying. If the job was open, if a good job was open, we're going to get Shador, 5-star, and you, we give you a 4-year deal. We'll try that out. You Deion fucking Sanders, and you ran through high school, shit. in the toughest states, one of the highest, to win state titles, and shit. Yeah, we give you a shot. We give you more than a shot. Hell, and you got Shiloh. Shiloh, top safety, 5-star safety. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a defensive nigga, and we getting it. Boy, you could have damn near picked the job. But since your sons, you develop nothing but 3 stars, I think all the people hiring took that in consideration. They looked at it and said, wait, you got 3 sons that play football. They didn't play nothing else neither. It ain't even like they played different sports. They played nothing but football. Their whole focus was football. And nothing, you didn't develop nothing, nobody who. LeVar Ball developed, I mean, even Jello got to get in the league, and LeVar developed, and I'm not saying that's easy to do, not at all. But it's the way that Deion goes about acting as if he's the best person for the task when you're not developing that type of, them type of players yourself in your own household. So how we think you're gonna do that for our program, sir? You're again. That to me, if I'm hiring you, if I'm the AD, you come in, and all right, where are you? All right, so you coached high school, yeah? All right, Deion, nice to meet you. Listen, one of your favorite. I'm a fan. Favorite player. My favorite player behind Tom Brady, Deion. Love you. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Sit down. Let's have a proper interview. Okay, let's do it. So yes, Sanders, Coach Sanders. No, man. Coach Prime. Coach Prime. Coach Prime. Yeah. Coach Prime. Okay. So you still go by Prime Time? 15, 20 years later, you still go by Prime Time? It's Prime, baby. I got my brand. It's Prime. Coach Prime. Not just Prime. It's Coach Prime. Okay, bet. All right, Coach Prime. How many? I see you won 3 state titles, 4 state titles in a row. What level is that? That's the lowest level, baby, but it ain't about the levels. I created it all. So it was definitely talent in there. It was just untapped. People didn't know about this talent. You know, Texas is so big, people can get lost. But trust me, it was talent. I'm prime. You know, I know talent. If anybody know talent, I know talent. And there's talent all through the lower levels in Texas. Okay, it's Texas, baby. It's Texas. Come on now. You know that. Come on. Come on. You believe. Come on. All right. Okay. Got you. All right. It's Texas. Okay. Well, how many guys you get out into D1 colleges like ours? You get any guys in the college? Like, what's your resume? You get any 5 stars? You develop any? What's your sons? Your son? Wait, you got sons, right? Wait, Shiloh, Shador, right? Deion Sanders Jr. He used to play too, right? He used to play. What was he? What's he? 3-star. What about 3-star? 3-star. So, so your son's not. So you no talent. You put in as 5-star, 4 stars. You got any 4 stars that made it to college? Did you out of your 4 years there? Did anybody any 4-star recruits, 5 stars that you put out? No. And your son's the 3 stars. Yeah, we'll give you a call. We'll think about it. Let us think about it. Let's think about it. You say you ran your own school, so you could recruit whoever you wanted to this private school you had with, right? I got one more. That's my last question, right? Hold on, my bad. One more question. So you created a school. So at this school, you could have went out and got any kid in the country to come to this school, correct? This is like a private school, yeah? Yeah. And you managed not to get you didn't go get somebody who was 5-star, 4-star recruits? All right. So that means this nigga can't recruit neither. Oh, Lord. This nigga don't develop 5 stars in his own household. This nigga don't develop. This nigga don't recruit good. This nigga ain't putting nobody out there. All right. Nah. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. Nice to meet you, though, Deion. It was great, man. All right, nice to meet you. It's Coach Prime now. It's Deion, my nigga. Nice to meet you. See you later, Deion. All right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is great. Shout out to everybody in the building. Sanders should have stayed with JSU. He's ain't coach material for Power 4 or 5 school. Yeah, no, not at all. I don't even know if he's good coach material for HBCU. He did get whooped both times he had to play the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. He got whooped. He lost both championship games in the HBCU. He won the SWAC conference, and from what I'm hearing, the MEAC is the tougher conference in the HBCU. And you don't play. You might play some teams in the MEAC. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I don't know that, so let me relax. But he lost, and so that told me he can't do it. He can't do it. You know what I mean? So, hey, yeah, buddy, it's funny, man. It's funny because, boy, it's been so exposed. You got a lot of real Colorado fans, the true fans. They really mad and calling a lot of shit, and even his own fans, they starting to see it. I know this guy that just came in here, alias Max. He might not still see it, but it's people that's starting to see it. Like a Matt McKenzie, he said, "Oh this ain't it. This ain't it. Coach he can't coach. See, because he really developed talent. And so, his son, I think his son might be a 3-star though, honestly. I think his son a 3-star, 4-star. But see, Mac then developed 5 stars. So even if his son is a 3-star, he's put in 4-star, 5-star recruits all over the place. All over the place. So matter of fact, let's see if we can bring it back up. And it's caught up now because he's gonna talk about that. Oh.
I mean, just judging off the past, and look, it was different because of, they didn't have salary caps, so you couldn't pay the players and whatnot. But CU's always had a funding problem. They've always had people don't really give Coach McCartney and Neuheisel and Coach Barnett their, the proper props of how they kept that place so competitive and rolling when the administration and the state really, for forever, you couldn't sign an assistant coach to more than a 1-year contract in Colorado, just because of the state legislature and how they mandated that. So they had to change that, and they got that changed. And I feel like they're committed to it, but they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Everything up there is controlled, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be, by the head football coach. So
let's go.
He essentially has the keys to the castle, and if whatever he wants up there, he's going to get. If he wants to just not go recruit, and he wants to just kind of hang out and wait for people to come to him, no one's going to push him to go do it every differently. You brought up earlier that they may tell him that he has to restaff. I don't see that ever happening. I don't think Rick George and the administration above is going to do anything to piss Deion off. That's going to be, the community and the media are going to have to push that in order to get anything done. If Coach Prime were to walk away, selfishly, I hope if that were to happen, I hope that he would resign so they wouldn't have to pay him. And that's just, that's just the way it is.
Deion leaving without the money.
Well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I know that's one of the. That's why I said it. So, if I were him and he just signed a 5-year, $60 million contract, I would make them fire me. But at the same time, knowing him and just the people that are on the staff, don't you guys want to fix this? Don't you want to stop being the laughing stock of everybody who said you couldn't do it? At what point is it going to be important enough to change so you can fix it? Because what we're doing right now is the definition of insanity, the same thing over and over again. You don't have Shador, you don't have Travis, Jimmy and Wester and all them boys are gone. You didn't pay Hood, you let Hillgreen go to Alabama. The transfer portal guys you brought in are turds. They can't play. You got 38 mercenaries on your team that don't give a damn about where they're playing. They just think they're special because Coach Prime brought them in. And, if they can't figure out a way to change this, what's going to change, Jason, is the market. Kids aren't going to want to come here anymore for this. The kids see through this faster than we do. The recruits that I've tried to push to them till I'm blue in the face, bro. Jackson Roper is the #1 player in the state of Colorado. He's a 4-star, 6'6", 310-pounder. His dad played at Utah State back in the day. Great student, has like 20 offers, Alabama and A&M and Ole Miss and Nebraska and Ohio State and Michigan. You know who didn't offer him? CU. They haven't offered him. They don't talk to him. And he's one of my guys. And I probably sent him information on him 150 times. How do we get up there in front of you? How do we make this happen? What do we need to do? Nothing. Crickets. So the community, the fan base, and the pressure there is that's what's going to change things if it does ever change. But I don't know.
See that right there? Let's go back to that. What did he just say?
And that's just the point. Is it going to be important enough to change so you can fix it, because what we're doing right now is the definition of insanity, the same thing over and over again. You don't have
one thing I can respect about this man is his honesty. Again, he was a Deion Sanders nut hugger. I gotta say, he was a nut hugger the first two years at Colorado. Deion there, and he was always trying to be positive, and he started slowly but surely like having to call out some of the degeneracy going on, because it just kept, especially this year. It's like from the gate, the everything. So
door. You don't have Travis, Jimmy, and Wester, and all them boys are gone. You didn't pay Hood. You let Hillgreen go to Alabama. The transfer portal guys you brought in are turds. Turds. They can't play. You got 38 mercenaries.
You got that right there. I don't, again, I'm holding Deion accountable. I'm not even bringing the players in. They call them turds because some of them is definitely not turds. Some of them they brought in, some of them can play. And you got to understand that they might look much better, because he does understand it, because he already talked about another kid who they thought was terrible STU, but he went somewhere else, and the coach put a system that fits him around him, and he balling out. So he understands that. So him to say, "Oh, they turds," is still like almost a little leeway for Deion in a sense, but he is calling this shit out though.
On your team that don't give a damn about where they're playing. They just think they're special because Coach Prime brought them in. And if they can't figure out a way to change this, what's going to change, Jason, is the market. Kids aren't going to want to come here anymore for this. The kids see through this faster than we do.
Haha. Shout out
the recruits that I've tried to push to them till I'm blue in the face, bro. Jackson Roper is the #1 player in the state of Colorado. He's a 4-star, 6'6", 310-pounder. His dad played at Utah State back in the day. Great student, has like 20 offers, Alabama and A&M and Ole Miss and Nebraska and Ohio State and Michigan. You know who didn't offer him? CU. They haven't offered him. They don't talk to him. And he's one of my guys. And I probably sent him information on him 150 times. How do we get up there in front of you? How do we make this happen? What do we need to do? Nothing. Crickets.
And that's crazy. That's the part that's insanity. That means you really must not be trying to win. Because here go a 4-star recruit right in your backyard. The ones that make it to the NFL, let's be clear too, because they don't get it right all the time. But for the majority, for the most part, okay, 4-star and 5-star recruits usually go to the league. 3-star recruits usually don't. They might get a taste of it. Practice squad players getting cut every year, but still get invited back to camp the next year. The practice squad players. That's what 3-stars. They might make it to that, but usually when you're a 3-star, you most likely not gonna make it. The league is filled with 4-star, 5-star recruits. The likelihood of you being a 2, 1, 3, and you a star in the NFL or the NBA, it's unlikely. Has it happened? Yes, it has happened for sure. And I can't name nobody's names off the bat, but I'm sure it has happened before, but it's a rare thing. So again, when I bring up the fact that Deion, you raised 3 stars, and it's like Shador is a 3-star. The reason why I keep repeating that is for people to think 3 stars end up becoming fucking #1 picks, #2, #5 type talent to go to no. After 3 years, 4 years later, they went from a 3-star to now they ready to be top 3, 5 pick in the draft, or go first, second round over 4, 5 stars. No, doesn't work that way. Never has. So that's why I keep bringing that up. That even from high school, they didn't dominate high school. When you like that, you usually dominate high school at least. Because it's people who dominate in high school who get to the next level in college, and then they're not so dominant no more. 4 or 5 stars, they usually dominate at their position in high school. 3 stars, players that's okay, they could definitely fill up the roster unless you already a school like a low budget school already. That's so But East I brought a 6'6" 4-star who everybody want. Alabama, ATM, Michigan, Ohio State, everybody want him except for Deion Sanders, and he's from this state.
So the community, the fan base, and the pressure there is that's what's gonna change things if it does ever change. But I don't know. I don't usually, when nepotism and narcissism is involved at this level, it's really, really hard to get anybody to change doing anything. So
Nepotism and narcissism. Ouchie. Bloopy. Man, he's speaking. He's going crazy. Done defending Deion. Nice. Matt McKenzie, other Sanders fans backtrack on Coach Prime praise. He backtracked.
I don't know how much longer this can ride, bro. If they lose to West Virginia the way I think that they could, and Arizona State and Dillingham and that group walks in here, and I mean, the last time they played us was the watch thing in Arizona. I'm sure they're going to remember that and try and get us when we're down. And then again, K-State in Manhattan, regardless if they're having a good year or not, that might be for bowl eligibility for them. That you take 5 straight losses at looking like it's Carl Durrell's football team, that the kids aren't going to want to come. The parents aren't going to let them come. People are going to start looking through this from a distance rather than up close. And it's going to turn when Coach Prime then has to look inward and go, okay, I'm good. I'm not going to get fired. The only way I leave is if I leave, and I'm not going to do that. And now I have to start firing my friends. Bro, it's going to get super contentious, and I don't know where that's going to lead. This is a very interesting conundrum we find ourselves in. I hope they can fix it.
It's fascinating. You said something interesting that Rick George probably afraid to say anything to Deion, and I'm doing this sincerely. You can punt on this question because I feel like I'm putting you in a tough spot, but it's the kind of questions we ask here. Is part of the fear of Deion from a Rick George and other people, is it like, oh man, Deion is capable of playing the race card on us and capable of saying, oh man, you know how race it is in Boulder, and they never wanted me from the beginning. They wouldn't give me this, they wouldn't give me that. Is that part of Rick George's potential fear?
I mean, I don't think Rick thinks like that, but as a black man in Boulder, you can't not. Because it's been part of the narrative there for how long? You even brought it up. I mean, before, when I played there, it was part of the narrative. When they hired Mel Tucker, it was part of the narrative. When they hired John Embry, it was part of the narrative. When they hired Carl Durrell, it was part of the narrative. I don't know if it's right, wrong, or indifferent. It's kind of the world we live in. I don't think that Coach Prime would necessarily play that card. Look, the only colors that really matter are black and gold.
See, that's where I believe Matt is now being dishonest or disingenuous, whatever you want to call it. Because damn sure if anybody would play that card, it would be Deion Sanders.
And that, again, it all comes back to this. It all comes back to where we're at, not who we are. Just like what you said at the beginning of the show. It's, if there's big time foundational cracks, that kind of narrative and those kind of people that are going to stoke it are going to seep in, and it's going to be easy to fuel. But if they can figure out a way to come together and be more of a solidified front, and he is the head coach at the University of Colorado, and it's Coach Prime's baby and we're rolling, and everybody here is black and gold, and we're all in this together, and that's the kind of stuff that needs to be. That's the narrative that needs to be set in Boulder, in my opinion. So rather than running from the question, I'll try and answer it the best I can. I don't think that would be a thing, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not in the meeting room up there. So the few times that I've met with them in the past, last year when I got the opportunity to go interview for the offensive line position, it wasn't an interview, bro. It was just, that you're not going to fit with what we're trying to do up here. Sorry. And I don't know what that's probably a football thing. That's the way I
see. Again, let's keep it funky, Matt. No, it was a black thing, Matt. Exactly what the Rooney Rule is for black coaches, that's what they did to you. They Rooney ruled your ass. They looked at you, gave you an interview that they knew they wasn't going to hire you. They gave you an interview because they knew the school would be actually probably like that. Because the school, I believe the school, they respect Matt. Because again, not only was he a player there, he's an alum, and he went to the NFL, but he right now today produces talent in Colorado for them to grab. So they want to keep a good relationship with him. So if he was the offensive line coach, which why wouldn't you want that? If you Deion Sanders, why wouldn't you want a offensive line coach who's good at developing? He has a resume. You can go check his resume and see that he's good at developing talent, especially the position he played and went to the NFL. Even though he had a quick taste in the NFL, he got drafted. So again, it makes no sense. He went there. He knows the ins and outs of the program. He won there. When he was there, when the tradition, everything was high, Colorado was up. They play in the Big 12, so on and so forth. Y'all back in the Big 12. Like, why wouldn't you hire him? Because he's not a yes man? I mean, I thought he was a yes man. I thought he did whatever, but it seems like maybe this what turned him. Maybe this what soured him to Deion, and this is when he started to feel like, oh, okay, as long as I'll kiss y'all ass like he did in the first year, and just glorify you and gloss over everything you do. I mean, not gloss over everything. What do you call it? Glaze on everything you do. Then okay, it's all good. But as soon as I'm like, yo, I say something that you might not like, then it's no. Or you don't want to hire me and really give me a real shot at being an offensive line coach. When after the first year, clearly all the blame was on the offensive line, not blocking for Shedeur. All the blame was on, he don't have no line. His line is terrible. So you was in dire need of a proven offensive line coach to fix that problem. That should have. So why wouldn't you look at him in a serious matter instead of just we gonna all right, because we know you and you've been glazing us first year, and I guess the school respect you, and all right, I guess it'll look good. We gave you a shot. We look like we interviewed you. No, they didn't.
would look at it at least. So
no, it ain't football reasons, because it's skin reasons.
Isn't it? And look, man, I'm not trying to put you in a bad spot.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Isn't they got white coordinators and virtually all the other coaches are black? Isn't that the decision makers are white and then the worker bees are black on their coaching staff? Am I accurate there? I don't know the whole.
I mean that they're the OC and the DC are white dudes. That's for sure. Yeah. And all the assistant guys, other than George and Gunner, I didn't really notice that. That's also true. They're all black dudes.
Another lie he just did. I don't mean to keep pointing out your lies, man, but that's all good. But that speaks volumes, right? And this is what I mean about the hypocrisy of Deion Sanders. and it's right in front of your face, like an Alias Max or whoever, collard greens, or you another person who all over prime balls. The fact that he hired white dudes as the decision makers and they get paid the most money after him. The offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator is the ones who get paid good bucks. The running back coach, the defensive line coach, the offensive coach, the wide receiver coach, the quarterback coach, they don't get paid as much, nowhere close to offensive coordinator. Deep. So when y'all is, oh, that's another black man, you trying to, oh, and he was, oh, and Deion even himself. I'm trying to get people that look like me in positions to, that they don't usually get to be in. Are you? There goes another lie from you, Deion, Mr. Christian man. Because then why are your two coordinators, actually your three, because the one that they fired who doing very good at coaching at San Diego State, head coach at San Diego State with only one loss, leading the Mountain West Conference, went right over there and turned that program around, and they doing very good. You fired him during the season in the first year. And again, that was another white man. It seemed like you replaced that white man with another white man. Now, I don't have a problem with none of it. It's just the hypocrisy in Deion. Because Deion literally said himself, I want to put people that look like me in the positions and get them opportunities that they don't usually get. And that can lead them to going on and on and on. So go get them a head coach job at a top-notch school if they come through his. But you got white coaches that's ones who really getting the payday. Your black assistant coaches, which you didn't got, who's rich already and really don't care for the payday. So you ain't even hiring black dudes that actually might need the money and going to work their asses off, because not only are they trying to move up in position, not just be a position coach, but a possible assistant, then next head coach. So you couldn't go find no young talent out there who hungry, out there who just need an opportunity. Like you were saying, that's what I mean. And y'all be so quick to cape for this dude and stick up for him, but y'all don't look at the obvious things. Like, he wasn't forced. Do you think Deion Sanders was forced to hire white guys as the offensive coordinator and defense? You think the school, the AD or the president said, hey, yo, Deion, man, listen, I know you the head coach, but I'm going to need you to hire. I know you said you want to give people that look like you opportunities to be, in these certain situations, these spots. But I'm going to need you to hire white guys as the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, okay? All right, and, all position coaches, you can do it can be all black if you want, all right? But you need to hire. No, hell no, they didn't do that. That's all on him. And again, I have no issue with it. It just doesn't line up with what he said. It's the opposite of what he said. And it's not working out, and everybody blaming the white guys. But then, again, the one white guy they fired early in this first season, he over at San Diego State got them looking real good. So he already had a head coaching job at Kent State and had them looking good over there. So he had a resume. And the only bad stain on his resume was dealing with Deion. And now Pat Shermer, he had a resume before dealing with Deion. Now he got a stain on his resume and it's dealing with Deion. Warren Sapp and Marshall Faulk, they have no resume. They're just there to have celebrities, more celebrities in the building, it seems. And I love Marshall Faulk, but it don't seem like. And look, well, look, the running backs, they be looking good from Colorado. It seems like damn near no matter who in the backfield, somebody they know how to run the football. So I can't even hold you. Marshall Faulk might be the only coach that know what the hell he doing over there. Yeah, the running backs, when they get their opportunities, which they don't get too many, but when they do what they do. So yeah, again, man, y'all go check out the whole show on Jason Whitlock's Fearless, man. It was an awesome show, and he just let Matt cook not only himself but cook Deion Sanders, and that's big of Matt. To be able to cook himself on all the stuff he used to say and come up here and face the music and deal with Jason Whitlock and have to backtrack all the BS he used to be on. All right, y'all, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's the Pope, man. Peace and love. I'm out.